We've all been there. Discouraged, frustrated, maybe even despairing. We get that voice in the back of the head that says, not good enough, don't deserve it. Maybe there's something wrong with me. Well, what can we do to build up our self-esteem and battle that voice? It helps to know that there are three different types of things that wear away at our self-esteem. The first one is when we're working really hard to live up to expectations that have nothing to do with who we actually are. Remember the story of the ugly duckling? Maybe the reason that it is so hard for you to be a good duck is because you're not supposed to be a duck. One of the ways to find out if you're out of alignment is to look at your motivation. Are you doing something because you really want to, or are you doing it because you're afraid of what might happen if you don't? If your primary motivation is fear, that means you're out of alignment with who you are. And the reason this is important is because each of us is here to make a unique contribution to the world. So if you're putting all of your energy into trying to be something you're not, you're robbing the world of your contribution. The more you align your thoughts, your feelings, your desires, your goals, and your actions, the more you're going to feel good about yourself. The second thing that wears away at our self-esteem is when we don't realize how good we actually are. The two main ways this show up are perfectionism, where we think it doesn't count unless we do absolutely everything completely right, which isn't true. It's false. You do what you do, and you should get credit for what you do. It may not be absolutely perfect, but you need to give yourself credit. The second thing is a lot of people discount things that come easily to them. They say, oh, well, it doesn't really matter because it was easy. But the truth is that the opposite is the truth. If it comes easily, that's usually part of your unique contribution. And you should take pride in it and be grateful that it does come easily. This is a good thing. Say to yourself, yeah, I can do this. I have done this. And this is part of who I am. The third thing that wears it away at how we feel about ourselves is when you're not who or what you want to be, and you're afraid you never will be. The thing is, we're here to learn. If you find yourself saying, I'm not that, add the word yet. You may not be there yet. So, what can you do? What can you learn? How can you grow? Track your progress as you're moving toward these goals. When I was a kid, my dad taught me a term that was successive approximations. Of course, the fact he was having the conversation with a 10-year-old does say something about my childhood. Anyway, but what it means is you keep getting closer. You try again. You learn something from that, and you do it a little better, and you keep going until you get there. Okay, well, what about when your self-esteem is damaged by rejection? I've got two things to say about that. One, who you are is not dependent on other people's opinions. That's them. You are still you, regardless. The other thing is like, what if you're looking at, say, a romantic rejection? You really are attracted to this person. They're just amazing. And they don't feel the same. Here's the secret. When you are really attracted to someone, usually that's because there is something about them that is calling out to something inside you. If you can figure out what it is about that person, is it because they're so honest or playful, or they have this great artistic ability? Try to cultivate that quality inside yourself because it wants to come out. Be more honest. Be more playful. Start to sketch or dance or paint or make music or write, or it doesn't matter if you're not very good at it when you start. It's actually a twofer because the more you practice, not only do you get better at the skill you're trying to develop, but you get better at the skill of learning and growing. And when you live your life as a dynamic experience of learning and growth and play, then your self-esteem